Stop being afraid. You can do this. You should be excited. If you can type and ignore a little bit of noise in your classroom, you'll be great.
It's okay if you don't know anything about coding to use Bitsbox. Quite frankly, I am not very good at coding. I have always used the blocks that go with coding.
If you don't know any coding, it's totally okay because the code reads pretty much like English, and it's left to right, top to bottom, and everything that you need to type is there for you on the cards.
Even if the teacher doesn't understand the code, usually it's an easy thing to see where the kids have copied something wrong and say, hey, try making this match what you were trying to copy, and then see if it works.
Honestly, that's about 98% of the problems that students have is typos.
The cool thing about Bitsbox is it teaches this real text-based coding, and yet it starts off simple. The kids don't have to make up the code themselves. They could start off just by copying it.
At the beginning, the kids would just follow prompts and replicate Bitsbox apps. But then all of a sudden, they would discover that they could make their own creations by making small changes and then even bigger changes.
They're always asking me, Mrs. Smith, can I do this? Mrs. Smith, can I change that? And I'm like, yeah, go for it. And it's great to see that as a teacher, that they're so engaged, that they're motivated to make improvements and figure out how to do new things in their apps.
Don't worry about being afraid to look like an idiot in front of your class. It's okay. Just preface whatever you're asking the students to do with, hey guys, I tried this out last night. Here's where I had trouble and here's how I solved it. You're going to have questions. I might not have the answers to them, but I'll help you figure it out.
I am all right with saying, I'm not sure, let's try this together. That way you won't look or feel like an idiot, and you're going to learn something new along with the students.
If they see how you respond to those mistakes, that you persevere and you show grit and you're trying every different thing to find a solution or a workaround, then it's a great example for them to emulate.
I was very much nervous about the fact that I didn't know everything, but I found that if I followed the instructions along with the students, we usually figured it out together. Sometimes the students figured it out before me, and I'm learning that that's okay.
It's okay that you don't know how. You're going to learn while they're learning. And the really cool thing about this is that it's fun.
In addition, I've also found a new way to kind of present this to my students, in that there's power in the group. So if somebody figures something out before maybe the rest of us, or even me, I am able to say, who here knows how to do that part? Can someone come over and help us or help this student? That brings a lot of self-confidence to that student that knows how to do it. It also might build a new relationship with the student that's having trouble and the student that's not. I found that works really well, and it's also been a great way to have new ideas shared, because each person does this a little different, and that's okay too.
And in a nutshell, here's why you don't need to be afraid. One year, I brought a group of 3 second graders in to help me teach 3rd and 4th graders how to use Bitsbox. Pretty much I didn't do anything, and by the end of the class, some of the 3rd and 4th graders were already making their own apps. You will love this, so stop being afraid. I promise.